All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are doing amazing today. In this little video, we're going to be talking about a trade review I did last week, and we're going to talk about the US dollar really quick. Let's keep it under 7 minutes. Just bring you a quick little first video of the week, and that's pretty much it. Let's just get right into it. Now we'll talk about gold too, about uh, long-term analysis. But a short I took last week was this one right here. We were sitting in this daily supply or this 4 hour supply zone. So saw this big move down. So I was, like I always say, I want to be looking for selling when I come up here. That's exactly what I tell you guys. That's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. So we came up into this 4 hour supply, and I took the trade on the 15 minutes. We knew we were in a downtrend, or per how I see it as a downtrend on the 4 hour. So I tried to pick it up on the 15 minute, and the level I got short was right here. So this was the level I got short at. It was a 2-to-1. I mentioned it, I believe on Twitter, that a certain amount of pairs that I was watching, and this was the gold short that I was watching. So why did I take it? Well, we're sitting in that 4 hour supply, right, that I talked about. Here we are again, sitting in that 4 hour supply. Clearly removed demand, demand, demand. So it was a nice big move down, and I took it on the 15-minute chart as a quick income trade. Prices moved 2-to-1. Based on where my stop was, moved 2-to-1, got out at 2-to-1, let the other one ride, came back out, stopped me out. But it was a good trade. Good trade. It makes sense, right? We're sitting in that big picture supply. Took that confirmation, that entry on the 15-minute. If you guys haven't seen that confirmation setup, I talked about it in my tips video, so go check that one out. All right, now let's talk about long term. What am I seeing in gold? Let's quickly erase this. I hope that makes sense for you. Woohoo! All right, gold. So this is what I have on my charts. We know we're in a weekly uptrend, daily uptrend. I'm bullish, completely bullish long term until we get up into here. Now, why up into there? Because it's also a monthly supply zone too. Monthly supply, there's some daily down in the bottom part of the monthly supply. So that's just where I would be bullish, or sorry, bearish, preferably. But I would like to pick up possibly some buying, maybe somewhere down here, here, and maybe ultimately down here possibly. But I could play the 4 hour charts just how I took that quick scalp before. So, if prices make new levels, I very well might continue to do that. But let's keep continuing on. Let's quickly just talk about oil first, because there was one person that reached out to me, says, what do you think about long-term or short-term oil? You never gave me a specific time, or a specific time frame, I should say. So I'm just going to bring probably the daily 4 hour chart. So this was a couple days ago when he asked me. We were talking about this supply zone. Let's just quickly mark it out. This was a supply zone I was talking about. We were reacting off of this demand zone, and then we had this demand marked out too. So we removed that demand after we had that small retracement, I should say. It's a counter trend move, so it's what to expect is small pullback and then continue back down. So what happened when price was in that daily supply? I don't know. Let's go check it out. Let's check it on the 1 hour. I don't see anything on the 4 hour, and I really don't see anything at all. See how price just continued it up? I really wouldn't call that supply at all. If anything, was there any shorts up in here for set and forgets? No, this was a possible one, but as you can see, price dropped, came back up, and came into it. So maybe something at the extreme, but that's clearly been tested by this wick right here, so I don't see anything too interesting on that chart. So let's quickly talk about now. I know he told me he wanted to know my views on the income trades. So if we look at the daily chart really quick, we can clearly see we're sitting in that rally-based rally demand. Prices came back down right away. We have fresh supply up there, and that's also weekly supply too. So that's something I definitely want to be careful about. As for the 4-hour chart, we had this demand that was holding up very nicely for a long time. Tested once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Wouldn't feel too confident buying back in down there again. But right now I'm just holding off. I don't see anything great. Possible some shorts up here, but ultimately I really like these levels up in here as it's the original daily level, weekly level, and their nice 4-hour zone. So ultimately up there is something I like. Now we talked about the US dollar we wanted to talk about, and in this one I wanted to refer it as, I think, the weekly time frame. Yes. So on the weekly time frame, you guys know that I've been talking about this one for quite some time. There's also a daily supply in there too, which is up there. We talked about how I would like to refine it. Now, as for daily demand, I really don't see anything till we have price coming back down here and back down here. So preferably I am bearish, and I like these 4-hour levels. If you were to find supply, I would have to go up and to the left, and I look right here. All right, I see this 4-hour supply that I really like for scalps. We talked about this drop-based drop. It's clearly been holding price, just been going sideways though. And same with this right here. In this structure right here, it's just been going sideways. So if price did come back down, I really don't see this level holding. And I really don't see anything too great too below. If we were to draw this demand out, this is a rally-based rally. It's kind of hard to see. But we came down, tested once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Even though it's gotten respected quite a bit, I'm not interested in buying till down here. But definitely if price comes up into here, it hasn't really done much over the last week, the US dollar at least. I like that supply zone up there for looking for a weak dollar at least throughout the currency pairs. But that's it. Let's just keep it nice, short, simple. You know, it's the beginning of the week. Let's keep it nice and simple. Just bring you a little video. If there's anything you guys want me to talk about, I wanted to keep it on the shorter side today. You know, just go more into detail, the trade review. And maybe next video we'll just talk about one chart. Any chart, you guys name it, or maybe if I just see a setup that's on my radar a lot, that's really on my radar for the day or for the next week, and then we'll talk about that one and maybe reasons why. I think that's a fun way to do it. But let's leave it at that. All right. Cheers. Bye-bye.